Hey everyone, this is Tom from MonTac here doing the Weekly MonTac Matchup for the 21st of January 2022. And this week we have got the highly ranked Rank 4 DanB joining us. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Bit tired on the super great.
That's good to hear. Well, let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get right into the matchups. We've got Rank 10 Fury Card Battlezone taking on someone you've had a little bit of practice with, Lucky, at Rank 15. Obviously, I would guess some walkers are coming in from Fury, and Lucky probably coming with a little bit of those life gamblers. Does suit his name quite well. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
So he's going against Fury Card Battlezone. I don't think I've ever seen him play actually.
Yeah, Fury Card's known for being very reckless. This is definitely going to be a game where both players don't really care about health points. They're just going to be going at it and just trying to get each other down as low as possible.
Well, sounds like probably a perfect match then for like Lucky, considering he doesn't use Star Hand or anything that gives health points, well, as much as he can. Then again, if I don't know, if he decides to change his mind and try doing the Star Hand card snatch plays, that might change things.
Okay, so you think Lucky's got this?
I guess so, but only because I've seen Lucky play. I've played against Lucky. I've never seen Fury Card, so I have not really enough information on him to give a guess on his potential. But yeah, but I think that'll also just be a good experience for Lucky because he'll be going against more different people with different decks, and he'll just get so he'll just be able to see them and understand how they work better.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's move on to the next one. We've got Rank 6 Tailsweet taking on Rank 11 Misfire. This is quite an interesting one. Obviously, Tailsweet this is really the highest they've been in a very long time, and they're going to be taking on Misfire, who's just really recently trying to get a resurgence going after the first two losses of the season. Obviously, you know a little about Misfire, and you have played Tailsweet a few times. Based on this matchup, based on how their decks could match up, and obviously Misfire's a bit of a mystery, but considering how well Tailsweet has done crafting and playing their mutated Tyrosians, what are you thinking of this matchup?
Well, I only saw a little bit of his new deck in Not match, and it seemed like it was doing all right. I'm not sure how it'll do against how do I say this? Confident play? No, that's mean. Let's see. I guess a more experienced player than Not because Not was just starting to use Steel Edges, right?
Yeah, that was their second competitive match with Tailsweet using Steel Edges.
And yeah, that's definitely something I guess to consider when I remember seeing their match and Not made some misplays, quite a few, some weird ones. But I think that at least Tailsweet should put up a good match. So yeah.
All right. So then, would you be picking Misfire for this one?
Yeah. I hope that Tailsweet proves me wrong, though.
That would be pretty massive, considering that would put them, I think, right into the top 5, which would be pretty massive for them. They were in the very first tournament, so they actually made the grand final of the very first tournament, which is a little bit of a lesser-known fact about Tailsweet. But yeah, that would actually put them quite high up. Oh well, let's get into a match that I think will be very interesting. Obviously, this is Shadow versus Not, Rank 5 Shadow. Shadow has now made it to top 5. Not still in that 9th rank. That tie with Tailsweet didn't really get them up any further. But this is a very interesting match because they've played 2 times before. Now, the first match they played, Shadow was able to get the victory over Not. Now, I believe Not was using a Beowulf mutated deck.
Okay.
And it was a bit tricky to pull off, and they weren't able to really get it going enough. And obviously, Shadow was able to just out finesse them due to their high skill level. But Not makes the switch to Steel Edge, which immediately catapults them in their match with Shadow to the point where they're able to finish Shadow within that 10-minute extra time, which is particularly tricky to do in those lower ranks. So now it's 1 to Shadow. The second one goes to Not. This is their third match. Shadow now knows what Not's going to use. Now, Not has to prove they can actually not just break into the top 8, but they now have to dominate someone who did beat them very early on in their MonTac career. Obviously, now you've got, with another player using Steel Edge, since Not only really barely been playing them compared to you who've been playing them for a very long time, if you had to give him any advice for playing, especially if he wins this match with Shadow, dealing with people in the top 8, what would be the best advice you would give Not?
Probably to just, like, I would focus on sending cards to the graveyard anyway, anyhow. And then, of course, the main thing would be trying to basically get creatures online as fast as possible, but in the right situations. Though, I guess, like, one piece of advice I would have to give him, and probably many other players, would be just watch out for card snatch, because gosh darn, it's annoying.
Can confirm. Fair enough. That is a very good advice there. Alright, so in this matchup, would you be predicting Shadow? I would guess Shadow's coming with Tactician, or potentially an FTK deck.
Okay.
Or would you be going for Not with the pure Steel Edge?
Well, with that information, I'd have to say Not. Not even just because Not's the only one I actually have seen, like, the potential of, but because my personal experience with Steel Edge and their cards specifically, they can get out of FTK situations, like, kind of easily. It's disturbingly easy to do, actually, with them. So yeah, I think that if he's running an FTK deck, he'll at least be able to, like, protect himself from something like, what was it, that one Apex, the Zachariah one?
Yes, the I think it was like Dragon Conqueror, Archangel, Zachariah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so obviously not being picked for that one. Alright, let's get to your matchup. And you're taking on the rank 7 Doozy. Obviously you both have very similar win percentages. You got a 3-2 record to Doozy's 2-2. Reasonably close in the rankings. How confident do you feel about your matchup with Doozy?
I guess it could go either way. Never know. Right. Doozy's always had, like, a ability to, like, kind of, like, worm his way out of defeat.
Okay. I hope I'll assume they'll take that as a compliment. All right. Let's get the next match. With the final match, the top 3 matchup, Charging Badger, rank 2 taking on rank 3 Apocalyptic. I would be guessing, of course, well, I don't guess, but I would say Charging Badger would be Sky Soldiers, and then Apocalyptic, that's a bit of a mixed bag, a little bit of Sunwalkers, maybe a little bit of Rogues. Heck, we might even see a Starlet. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
They're both really good players, though I feel like I kind of lean more towards Charging Badger. Just because he has, like, Sky Soldiers have pretty good options. Like free negates, boosting, Quazzle, whatever the heck their, like, class 5 is, that can be,
yeah, they're
like, splashed into, like, other things. They're pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So would you be picking Charging Badger in this situation?
I guess, yeah, just because I think I remember them, they fought last time, and I think, like, he won, like, I think he won last time.
He won by the skin of his teeth, so it's definitely an incredibly close one. It came down to basically just a misplay on Apocalyptic's part at the very end.
Okay, that makes sense.
Obviously, these guys are both in the top 5 quite regularly. I think, obviously, you mentioned they're very strong players. Speaking of strong players, who would you say is the toughest opponent you've ever played in a MonTac match? I know that you had that matchup with Shadow where they almost took you out very, very early on, which I think would be
was that the FTK one? Was that the FTK one? Okay, yeah, then that one. That was probably, like, yeah, because that, like, freaked me out, and honestly, if I didn't get the cards that I needed, then, yeah, I would have lost that.
Yeah, no, that was pretty intense, and I think OTKs are going to be coming around a lot more. They're going to be a lot more common, I think. But
gee, I wonder why.
Gee, it's almost like someone's creating them. All right, well, those were the matchups for the week. I appreciate you coming on, Dan, and your valuable time. Is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
I guess like what I would actually say is make more Steel Edge. Just give me 1,000,000 of them. Don't stop, please. Just to mess with Doozy at this point. It's not even about the deck. Just mess with Doozy. Put the fear of the Lord in him.
I'll just keep giving Axe Head creature upgrades and like a
Thank
synergy
you.
for itself, and then yeah.
Just make alternate versions of Axe Heads, and so I could just play nothing but them.
You
It'll
could
be
just
like the
run 2
Parabian.
copies of every single one. I've just like changed the name by like 1 character, so you could technically run 2 copies. It's the same artwork. I've just done.
I'm ready for that. My body is ready.
Oh, gosh. All right then.
I
Like I said, appreciate it coming on. Pretty sure that wraps us up. So I guess I'll see you guys. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys all at the weekly MonTac roundup. And then I think after that we're probably gonna be close to the monthly meta. But anyway, I'll see you guys then. This has been Tom.
Toodaloo.